My name is Pamina Swainaina. I work for Corporate Staffing Services as the head of recruitment. Corporate Staffing Services is a leading recruitment firm in Nairobi. So today, I want us to discuss a very important interview question, and this question has to do, what are your future plans? And normally, interviewers are going to ask, what are your 5-year goals or plans? So I'm assuming you've done your homework and you have something to say. But if you don't, then this video will act as a guide as to what is expected of you as a candidate. So whenever an employer asks you, what are your 5-year plan? Basically, at the back of their mind, they want to know, as an individual, do you have a plan for the future? As an individual also, where do you see this job playing a role in your future? So having that in mind, what you need to do then is maybe give them your short and long-term goals. And these, they all have to do with the job. I've been in interviews whereby candidates tell me, no, I want to go into business in the next 1 year. And yet I'm here interviewing you for a job. Or someone tells you an answer which we know is not realistic. For example, an entry-level candidate telling me, in the next 2 years, I want to be a manager. And they're just fresh graduates. So again, the answers you give, they should be realistic. So some of the best answers to give whenever you ask what are your 5-year plan, you can always mention about adding more skills, because every day is a learning opportunity. Every new job will also give you something more. So talk about adding skills. You can also talk about growth in terms of position. For example, if I'm a fresh graduate and this is my first job, I would say I'm looking to gain certain kind of skills, and maybe after gaining those skills, be able to proceed to the next level. If you have 5 years of experience, you've just been a supervisor, if this job will afford you an opportunity to be a manager, then say in the next 2 or 3 years, based on the kind of experience I have and maybe further training, you can mention going back to school, taking an MBA or something of that sort. Then you can say, after that, I'm looking to be a manager or a head of department. So at the end of the day, it's putting into context what you're being interviewed for, the kind of skills you currently have, and how those two mix. Yeah. And as much as possible, avoid those personal things. Yes, I know you want to get married, I know you want to have children. Those, they don't count at that stage. Yeah. That opportunity is for you to talk about your professional growth and how time will help you to really gain the required skills, qualifications, or get to the position that you want. Yeah. The worst thing you can do when someone asks you what are your 5-year plan is to mumble something or just to keep quiet. I mean, that's suicidal. That looks like you're someone who goes through this life without a plan. Yeah. And remember, at the end of the day, there's no right or wrong answer. It's basically the interviewer wants to see, are you someone who really has plans? Do you plan your life, or it's just things that happen to you? Yeah. So always remember, whenever you're asked, what are your 5-year plan, be able to break them down into short-term, long-term, and then mention about career growth, mention about going back to school, mention about getting new skills, adding a new skill to your portfolio. Such things always works.